Hi everyone, this is Aman Sophia, Assistant Professor in Triple E Department. Welcome to WITS Connect. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the different types of electric wiring accessories. So, electric wiring accessories can be classified as 5 types like controlling accessories, holding accessories, outlet accessories, general accessories, and safety accessories. So, for controlling accessories, the best example is a switch, which we have discussed in the earlier class. Next, MCB is the one type of a switch which is used for the protection of wiring installation, and this equipment works against overcurrents and short circuit faults. And this equipment will consist of a thermal overload and magnetic short circuit tripping device. So when a high current flows, or when a short circuit occurs, it trips the circuit. And it consists of, how it will trip means, it consists of a thermal operation. By a thermal operation it will works, and thermal operation can be achieved with a bimetallic strip which deflects when overcurrent flows through it. This is about the MCB, and there are different types of MCBs. Like MCBs can be classified into two types according to the tripping characteristics and according to the special purpose. So according to the tripping characteristics, it can be classified into 5 types like type B MCB, type C MCB, type D MCB, type K MCB, and type Z MCB. How we have classified it means based on its operating time. So first of all, type B MCB will type B MCB operating time is from 0.04 to 13 seconds, whereas type C operating time is 0.04 to 5 seconds, and type T operating time is 0.04 to 3 seconds. Coming to the type K operating time is it's less than 0.1 seconds, and type Z is also the same operating time, that is less than 0.1 seconds. The next classification is according to the special purpose. So the circuit breakers are classified based on the purpose and the design. So it can be classified into 3 types like molded case circuit breaker, nothing but it can be put as MCCB, and next one is RCCB, nothing but residual current circuit breaker. Next one of ELCB, earth leakage circuit breaker. See, MCCB nothing but molded case circuit breaker, which protects the electrical devices, which is used to protect the electrical devices, which can be used when load exceeds its limit. When load exceeds its limits, this type of circuit breaker can be used, and this protects the circuits against overloads and short circuit faults. It can also be used in switching the circuits. And where it can be used means at domestic application we can use the MCCB circuit breaker, and it finds application in protecting generators, protecting electric feeders, and protecting welding machines and capacitor banks, motors, and so on. These are the applications of MCCB, nothing but molded case circuit breaker. Coming to the RCCB nothing but residual current circuit breaker. It's a basically electric wiring device that disconnects a circuit whenever there is a leakage of current flow. So basically where it can be used means at high currents. When high currents flows at there we are using RCCB circuit breaker. So RCC is generally used in series with an MCB which protects from overcurrents and short circuit current. Here both phase and neutral wires are connected to the RCCB device. These are extensively effects from shock protection and widely used for the protection from leakage current from up to 300 milliamperes. It can be used for domestic applications. The next one is of ELCB. ELCB nothing but earth leakage circuit breaker. So as we said that RCCB can be used at overcurrents, whereas ELCB can be used at over voltages. Okay, it can be used for over voltage, or we can also call it as a voltage sensor device. So these devices identify small stray voltages of the electrical device on the metal enclosures. The next one is of holding accessories. So holding accessory is nothing but which holds the electric lamps are known as holding accessory. So the best example for holding accessories is holders, right? So holders nothing but which indicates the function of a lamp holder to support the lamp is known as holders. So these holders can be classified into different types. The first one is according to the size, next according to the place of use, and according to the material used. So first classification is based on according to the size. According to the size, it can be classified into two types, like bayonet cap lamp holders and screwed lamp holders. See, these bayonet cap lamp holders can be classified as pendant lamp holders, batten lamp holders. So pendant lamp holders nothing but its range is up to the where it can be used means these lamp holders can be used up to 200 watts, and these are used in a place where the lamps are required in hanging position. At that place we are using pendant lamp holders. Whereas to the batten holders, these can be used for the lamps up to 200 watts, and these are used on the flat surface, on the round blocks and wooden blocks. This is about the classification of lamps according to the size. Next classification is according to the place of use. According to the place of use, lamp holders can be classified as switched bayonet cap lamp holders and angle lamp holders, miniature screw type lamp holders, slanting lamp holders. The first one is of a switched bayonet lamp holders. These holders have a push bar are used to carry current of not exceeding 2 amperes. So at the not exceeding 2 amperes, we can use the switch by cap lamp holders. And coming to the angle holders, these holders are used when the lamps are to be kept in a particular angle. So where it can be used means angle lamp holders can be used at advertising boards as well as at kitchen, and these are used up to 200 watts, and it can be rated as 5 amperes, 250 volts. Next, coming to the miniature screw type lamp holders, these are used for holding miniature lamps like night bulbs, decoration lamps and torch lights. These are the example for miniature screw type lamp holder. Next one is also slanting holders. So these are a bayonet type and are used for lamps to be fixed are advertising boards are for floodlights in stadiums. So at there we are using slanting holders. The next classification is this is about the holding accessories. So next of all we are going to the outlet accessories. So these accessories are used to take the supply for portable appliances like fans, TV, electric irons, etc. And these can be classified into three types like ceiling roses, socket outlets and plugs. Here ceiling rose is nothing but the ceiling rose is used to take the supply from the pendant lamps. Just now we have said that pendant lamps nothing but these pendant lamp holders are used where the lamp has to be hung, right? So at there we are using pendant lamps, and the ceiling rose is used to take the supply for pendant lamps, fans and fluorescent tube, etc. And these are fixed to the wall or ceiling, and it consists of two parts like base and cover. This base and cover both are made up of backlight and porcelain, and these covers has a hole in the center for the connecting wires to take out, and it has a thread on internal side such that it may be fixed or tightened with the base. This is about the ceiling rose, and they can be rated up to 5 amperes and 250 volts. This is a rating of ceiling rose. Coming to the outlet nothing but plug sockets. These are used to take the supply for the electrical appliances like TV, radio, table fan, electric iron, so on. And these are made up of backlight or porcelain. According to the number of pins, sockets can be classified in class 2-pin sockets and 3-pin sockets. So 2-pin sockets can be rated as 5 amperes 250 volts, and they consisting of a insulated base having two hole terminals, nothing but 2 pins, in which 2 pin plugs are inserted, and these both terminals are of the same length and size. Coming to 3-pin sockets, so 3-pin socket can be rated as 5 amperes to 50 volts or 15 amperes to 50 volt sockets. Okay, 5 ampere to 50 volt socket is called as light socket, and it is used for lights, radios and TVs, whereas 15 amperes to 50 volt sockets is called as power sockets, and it is used for heaters, single phase motors, geysers and so on. So nowadays we are using multi-pin socket which are available, and which consist of 5 to 6 holes with a fuse and a neon lamp. Nowadays we are using multi-pin socket instead of preferring 2-pin and 3-pin sockets. Coming to the 3-pin socket, 3-pin socket will consist of 3 hole terminals in which 3-pin plug can be inserted. In 3 terminals, one can be marked as line, nothing but L, and another can be marked as neutral, and the third pin can be marked as earth. So the line, nothing but phase terminal, is always on the right hand side, whereas the neutral terminal will be on the left hand side. The top terminal, but top pin can be marked as earth terminal. Okay, the earth terminal is bigger and larger than the two remaining terminals. The next classification is plugs. So plugs are used to take the supply from the socket outlets for electrical appliances like lamps, fans, heaters and so on. And these plugs can be classified into different types like 2-pin plugs and 3-pin plugs. So where 2-pin plugs can be used means it is used to take the supply from 2-pin sockets, and it consists of 2 pins made up of brass, and they can be rated as 5 amperes to 50 volts. Coming to the 3-pin plugs, it is used to take the supply from the 3-pin socket and consist of 3 pins which are made up of brass, and the pins are smaller and of same size, and third pin is bigger than, why, because as it is a earth pin. Okay, and they can be rated as 5 amperes to 50 volts and 15 amperes to 50 volts, and 5 amperes to 50 volts plug is used for table lamps, fans, radios and so on, whereas 15 amperes to 50 volts plug can be used for power circuits. Okay, the next one is CTC wiring accessories. So CTC wiring system, nothing but cap, tire, sheathed cables, wiring accessories. So for CTC wiring accessories, various accessories are required. So for like wooden batten, wire nails, screws, link clips, wooden gutties, round blocks and switchboards. Wooden batten, nothing but it's a take wood batten which is used in CTC wiring, and the thickness of the batten is 10 mm. The thickness of the batten is 10 mm, and these are available in different sizes according to the width, like 13, 19, 25, 13, 38 up to so on. Okay, coming to the wire nails, which are used to fix the link clips on wooden batten, and they are made up of steel, and these can be available in different lengths. Coming to the screws are used for fixing the wooden batten or blocks or boards and electrical accessories on the wall and ceiling, and this can be available in different size like half inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, etc. Coming to the link clips, these are used to hold the wires in a position on the wooden batten, and link clips are fixed on the wooden batten at an interval of 10 to 15 centimeters. Next, wooden gutties. The The wooden batten and round blocks are switchboards are fixed to the gutties by means of screws, and these are fixed in the holes of walls or ceiling. The size of the gutties depending upon the load it has to be carried. Okay, like round blocks. So some of the mounting accessories like lamp holders, surface switches, ceiling hoses are fixed on the round blocks and are made of quality wood. So for fixing these type of accessories on round blocks, holes are drilled on round blocks and are fixed over it by means of the screws. Coming to the switchboard, so generally all the switches, sockets, fan regulators, holders, so all these are fixed on switchboards, and these are made of quality wood and are fixed to the gutties and already provided in the walls by means of screws, and these can be available in different sizes like 10 into 10 centimeters, 10 into 20 centimeters, 15 into 15 into 20 into 15 centimeters. So these are the different types of sizes available in the switchboards. So nowadays these are provided with a different color of sheet for attraction purpose. Nowadays we can find number of switchboards with different colors. The next classification is safety accessories. Safety accessories, so the nothing but the accessory which are used to provide safety to the electric circuit and electrical appliance is called as safety accessories. The best example for safety accessories is fuse. A fuse is nothing but a fuse is a safety device used for the purpose of protecting an electric circuit against excessive current, so which can be used to protect the circuit from excessive current is known as fuse. The fuse is a small piece of metal wire connected between two terminals mounted on the insulated base, right? So on how it can be operated means, so the operation of fuse will be depends upon the heating effect of an electric current. So the fuse will carry some current, and when fuse carries some current, it produces some heat. The heat produced is always proportional to the square of the current passing through it. That is the so by this process the fuse can be operated. We can say the H here we can say that the heat produced H is proportional to I square. So the coming to the fuse material, the fuse element should consist of some characteristic like it should have low melting point and high conductivity, low cost. These are the requirements of the fuse elements. Now see, mostly the fuse element which we are using is it's made up of either copper or zinc. So for currenting exceeding 15 amperes, copper wire fuse are used. Okay, coming to zinc is used where a considerable time delay is required. Okay, coming see, nowadays silver is extensively used as a fuse, in spite of, as it is, even though it is having a high cost, as it is having more advantages, nowadays we are preferring silver. Why? Because it does not get oxidized and the conductivity is very fast and its operation speed is also very fast. That's the reason nowadays we are preferring silver as, even though it is having some high cost. Coming to the type of fuses can be classified into three types. Like first one is open type fuse, semi enclosed type fuse, and totally enclosed type fuse. The first classification is open type fuse. So open type fuse is the fuse which is used in open space area. So in this type of fuse, the fuse element is kept open in the atmosphere. Okay, so here the fuse element will be kept open in the atmosphere, and these are used with transmission and distribution overhead lines on poles for giving supply to the consumers. And it has two terminals mounted over the insulated base, and the fusing element is kept free over here, and it is open to the atmosphere. And these are connected, these open type of switches are connected to the loads with series connection. So as it is a open types fuse, it is having more disadvantages. Like at here the replacement is not possible. Why? Because one terminal is always connected to the live connection. That's the reason at here the replacement will not be possible, and the fuse current is not constant. As the environmental condition changes, the fuse current as the environmental condition changes, the fuse current may be varies over here. So the disadvantage of open type fuses. Next one is of semi enclosed fuse. So in this type of fuse, the fuse element is neither open or nor closed. The fuse element is neither closed or nor open, and these can be classified into two types, like round type fuse units and revariable fuses. Revariable fuse can also be called as Kit Kat fuse. You can see the figure over there. So it is a figure of a revariable fuse. So the revariable fuse mainly consists of two parts: fuse base and fuse carrier. So fuse base is made up of porcelain and it's a fixed part. It's a fixed part of a revariable fuse, and it has a two terminals to which incoming and outgoing phase wires are connected, and it consists of one or two holes for fixing into the wall. Okay, this is about the fuse base. And coming to the fuse carrier, it is a separate part which holds the fuse element and can be taken out or inserted in the base without the risk, even without opening the main switch. So we can remove the fuse carrier without opening the main switch also, and it consists of two terminals with strips to which fuse element is connected, and the fuse may be at here the fuse wire may be lead or copper or tin lead. Okay, according to the voltages, these are can be used for up to 250 volts and 500 volts. According to the current capacity, these can be rated as 5, 15, 32, 63 and up to 100 amperes. When the fuse element blows off due to the excessive high current, the fuse carrier can be pulled out, and the blown out fuse element is replaced by the new one. This is the operation of a rewirable fuse, and it is having a more advantages, like it is as it having a low cost, is the cheapest form of operation, and even though if the fuse melts, the arc does not comes out, and replacement of fuse element can be easily done over here, and it requires minimum time to replace. They are the advantages of a rewirable fuse. Coming to the totally enclosed type fuse. So in this type of fuse, the fuse is completely enclosed in a tube of glass or a porcelain or a fiber, etc. So at here the fuse element is completely enclosed, and as the fusing element does not expose to the atmosphere, the fusing current is controlled and remains constant over here. The best example for this totally enclosed type fuse is cartridge fuse and cartridge fuse. This cartridge fuse can be classified into two types, like low rupturing capacity fuse and have a high rupturing capacity fuse. High rupturing capacity fuse is nothing but HRC fuse. You can see the diagram of HRC fuse over here. So these are used for clearing extensively heavy fault currents. HRC fuse can be used for to overcome the high fault currents. Coming to its construction, so it is in the cylindrical shape and consisting of a heat resistant ceramic body having a metal end caps. You can see that it's having a metal end caps. The space within the body surrounding the element is filled with the powder, and the filling material may be chalk, plaster of Paris or quartz, and it acts as a arc quenching and a cooling medium for the fuse. Coming to its operation, during normal load condition, the fuse element carries normal current, and the heat developed is quite bearable, and fuse will not blow. But on the occurrence of fault or a heavy current flows through it, the fuse element will be melted up, and when the melting process is completed, the arc is formed. The chemical reaction between silver vapor and the filling powder tends to establish a high resistance substance which helps the quenching of the arc. This is the operation of HRCDs. Coming to its advantages, so they are capable of clearing high as well as low fault currents, and and the operation is very quick and reliable, and they do not require regular maintenance. These are the advantages of HRC fuse.